So let me tell you about the scam. Parliament. Hello, hi, my name is Ali and welcome to my channel. So I am doing things that I feel like everyone should know about Parliament Hall before you move into it. These are some things that I wish I would have known before moving into the dorm because there wasn't so much information about it. So I'm gonna let y'all know. This is a scam. Like, honestly, Parliament Hall is like, I enjoyed living here. I'm a freshman here. So I enjoyed living in Parliament Hall, but I would definitely say that there are some better options to Parliament instead of Parliament, depending on what you want from your college, life, student life, your social life, and things of that sort. So the first thing that I personally do not like about Parliament is that you have to share a hallway. Now, when you look at the floor plans for Parliament specifically, you can see that you have your own bathroom, which is really nice. You and your roommate, like me and my roommate, we share a bathroom, and that's all fine and dandy. But we still have to share a hallway with our suite mates. And if you have suite mates who like to bring people over a lot, it would kind of get annoying because you share that same hallway. With Corona now, I'm not too keen on that. And also, like, we had late night visitors. Like, when we first got here, maybe like our first month here, like, we would have drunk people coming, knocking and banging at our door looking for our suite mates. So that was one thing that I was not too keen on, and I hated sharing a hallway. Like, why couldn't they give us on our separate doors? But whatever. The second thing that I feel like everybody should know about Parliament, and this is the main thing, is that Parliament is so far away from, it's on campus, but I would feel like it's so far away from campus because the heart of campus is where you have Heritage Park Towers, Glades Park Towers, and Indian River Towers, and those are also freshman dorms, and IRTs mixed, so you have multiple sophomores and things of that sort in there as well. But Parliament is so far away from like everything is like a 15-minute walk. And since Parliament is a freshman dorm and we have community kitchens, you have to go to the dining hall, and the dining hall is maybe about 15 minutes 20 minutes away. It's actually half a mile away. So if you have like a certain type of meal plan where you have like 3 meals a day or 2 meals a day, you have to walk a mile every day to go get food and come back. So I felt like that was one of my biggest like regrets moving here, is because I had to walk so much. It was fine like first semester, but now we're in spring semester, so it got really annoying. So I ended up getting a skateboard. So if you can deal with walking like every day to the dining hall and like any other event that they have, because they have a lot of events here, if you can handle walking that every day, then I would say go for Parliament. But honestly, I can tell you, it kind of sucks. It sucks to have to be like, oh, if you want to do something, you have to leave 20 minutes ahead of time. If you want to go to the football games, you have to maybe walk about 20 minutes to, it's about 20 minutes, 20 to 15 minutes will get you from Parliament to anywhere. So that's one thing I did not like about it. As well as, we have so many disrespectful animals in this area of Parliament. You have raccoons and you have iguanas in the area. You also have like turtles and ducks and things of that sort, but them iguanas is disrespectful. They're disrespectful. I was walking one day and an iguana took up the whole sidewalk. Like, how you gonna take up the whole sidewalk while I'm walking? And then when I get closer, he turned his head to me like this. I was like, oh, so you not gonna let me go? And he was like, no. So I had to go around and walk the other sidewalk. They're disrespectful. These animals around here are disrespectful. And the raccoons, they will tear up this place. They're not like The raccoons aren't really disrespectful. They're not like jerks. They're not gonna be mean to you or whatever like the iguanas are. But them raccoons, they will tear up the place. Like, I be finding the trash can will be in the lake some days. I'll be like, how did the trash can get in the lake? The raccoons, they don't even care. They'll do it in the daylight. They'll be digging in the trash, eating Popeyes, garbage, all things of that sort, like all day. And you also have animals who will poop on the sidewalk. It's horrible. Like, the sidewalk, and from coming from Parliament to anywhere, like if you were to walk to the dining hall, the sidewalk would just be full of poop, and it would just be horrible. Bird poop, iguana poop, probably raccoon poop, everything poop. It would be all over the sidewalk, all over the benches, all things of that sort. And I guess like the school doesn't clean that too often. Like, I can honestly say that we had a very poopy, very dirty bench at one point, and it was maybe there for maybe a week or two. So really, it's so beautiful to walk around there, but when you have those times where the animals just be really disrespectful and want to poop over everything, it's not it. It's not it. And you have to be careful when you walk into, because you don't want to get that on the bottom of your shoe. The second thing that I feel like everybody should know about Parliament is that having a dorm in Parliament can really be satisfied with having a super double. I can honestly, I have been to super doubles here on campus. They are literally probably the same as Parliament Hall. They just have like a different layout, but it is the same. So I can honestly say when I was picking it, I probably should have went with that, because I believe it might be a little bit more expensive. So I would have went with that. And plus, you're in the heart of campus. The walk to the dining hall is maybe 5 minutes, maybe less than that, because those two dorms, GPT and HPT, Heritage and Glades, they are very close to the dining hall. So if you have a big meal plan or something of that sort, the dining hall is really close. You don't have to walk 20 minutes to the dining hall, and and you're in the heart of campus. So when they do events and things of that such, you don't have to walk too far to, get anywhere. And one thing about that too is that if you go to like Heritage or Glades and you have a car, it's gonna be rough with parking over there, because HPT, GPT, and IRT, all three of those dorms, they share like a really big parking lot. And so if I was to tell you which dorm would probably be best to move in if you want to have something kind of like Parliament, is a super double in Glades. Because Glades has its own like mini parking lot in the front. Heritage Park Towers, you have to walk quite like in front of like a big park. So Heritage does not have a parking lot right next to it. So you end up having to walk in like that big parking lot, or park in that big parking lot. So I could honestly say a super double in Glades would be the best option if you're kind of looking for something Parliament Hall type. So I would also like to let you guys know about some good things about Parliament. The best thing about Parliament I can say is we have way better parking than most dorms around here, especially the freshman dorms. We have way better parking. We have literally 3 parking lots around the building. One in the front, one in the back, and 2 in the front. And we have like a little roundabout as well. So if you want to drop somebody off, you can do that easily. In Heritage, you can't do that. You have to drop them off and they have to walk through that long park. So we have really great parking and things of that such. If you are one to like isolation, Parliament is very isolated. It is a very isolated building. I can say from a freshman perspective, I am very social. So I go to most of the events that they have. Even with Corona, I try to go to as many events that they do. FAU loves giving out stuff. I get shirts, coffee mugs, bottles, just like a whole bunch of things. So they love doing that. And that's why I'm very active. And I'd like to travel to that side of campus often. So that's why I was like, this distance is not it. And with, traveling the distance, that's why I got a skateboard. And some people satisfy that by getting a scooter. It's like an electric scooter. But the scooters cost like $300. My board only cost me $80. And plus, I get to learn a new skill. Of course I'd be falling all the time. But don't worry about that. You get there faster, regardless if you fall or not. So then another pro about Parliament is that it is a much newer building. So since it's a newer building, a lot of things are new. You're not going to have as many problems. Me, honestly, I've had a few problems, but none of it's ever had to be like plumbing or anything of that such. I've been in Heritage Park Tower, and they sometimes they don't even have a working elevator sometimes. So that's one thing that's really good about Parliament. We have 3 elevators that are very fast. All the other dorms on the other side, their elevators are slow. Like, they're so slow. Like, one time I thought I was stuck. I was like, can I go to the first floor, please? I ain't never been back in IRT ever after that. I was like, they not finna trap me this time. I was like, no. Another thing about Parliament is that we have a very good safety precautions, which I personally like. It's annoying. It's very annoying, but I personally like it. We have, to get into the hallway, you have to swipe your card. So nobody else can get into your dorm unless, they live here. So we have to swipe a card, and then the door to get into my room, you have to have a key for it. So it's like a 2-factor authentication thing to get into your room. So you have to live here to be able to open up the big door. It's a big door. It's really heavy, probably like reinforced or something like that. It's a very heavy door, and it is really good. You swipe, bam, the door opens, and then you can go into your room with your own key that they give you. So you have to have your card and a key, which is kind of annoying too, because you have to have both of them. You can't leave without both of them, or you're not going to be able to get into your room unless your roommate or your suite mates are here. So that's the only thing I don't like about it, but it's still good. It's still good. And just overall, Parliament as a whole is a really nice building. We have a lot of nice things, but I can honestly say that I myself would have chose to live somewhere else due to the distance. I'm very active and I'm very social, and I have a lot of friends who live on that side. So we'll be like, hey, let's go to the dining hall. Then I'll be like, okay, give me like 15 minutes to start walking down there so we can meet up. And like, the distance is a really, really big thing for me, because I don't like being on the outside of campus. We have many events on the housing lawn, which is between HPT and GPT and IRT. It's like a big plot of land, and they have many events there. And the walk to go over there with the disrespectful animals and things of that such is just a lot. But if you're willing to do that and willing to be like, okay, this is what I want to do, then I would say go for it. Parliament is a really beautiful building. It's much newer, much nicer, smells better. Like, it's a nicer building, but it could be satisfied with other things. And that's the whole reason why I kind of say it's a bit of a scam, because like this distance and things that such, it kind of makes you feel like you're on the outskirts, which you are. You are on the outskirts of campus. You're not in the heart, which is where all the events go down, all the fun stuff be happening. You're on the outskirts, so you have to literally hear about it. That's the thing too. I follow the Instagrams around the school, and I would look at their stories, look at their posts to see what they're posting. And then I would be like, okay, let me go over there and go attend this event. If you live over there and say you just go to the dining hall randomly one day, you'll see it happening, and then you'll be like, oh my gosh, something is going on. Let me go check it out. But when you live in Parliament, if you're not the person, or you're not one to constantly be going to the dining hall as much, you won't never hear about these things unless you follow like the social media or something of that sort. So that's the only thing that I mainly don't like about Parliament. That's a really big thing for me. I enjoy being social. So this is just my list of things that I feel like everyone should know, because I wish I would have known it before I decided to choose to live in Parliament. So, yeah. So thank you for watching. You know, my name is Ali. This is my channel. And thank you. You guys have a great day. Bye.